What's going on, y'all? We are back for Power Season 4, Episode 9. That ain't me. Child. Okay. The one person that did not deserve for anything bad to happen to, it has happened to. Okay? Um, we kind of had a feeling something along these lines was kind of brewing, real tragic, but really didn't ever think that it was going to be who it was. Okay? But we'll get there. So, the episode starts out with Tariq at the interview for this school in Connecticut he wants to go to, okay? And Ghost is also there with him. So Tariq is basically giving the guy, straight up cookie cutter answers to the questions, just like how it is in an interview. You know what I mean? You practice your shit before you go in, you got all your ducks in a row, you tell them what they want to hear. So that's basically what Tariq was doing, okay? Um, and the guy mentions that he saw some changes in his academics in the past couple of months. Tariq explains that away about the shit that went down with Ghost and everything. Okay, cool. So they get outside in the truck, and Ghost shows Tariq the screen on his phone. It says it's now public that he was found innocent. So they get to talking, and Tariq asks Ghost if Kanan was going to come after them because of what happened to Jukebox. And Tariq, says that Jukebox told him that Ghost set Kanan up back in the day. And Ghost goes on to say, what happened to Jukebox wasn't your fault. Guilt has a way of eating at you. Now, store that away for a second because we're going to get to that piece about the guilt. Okay? So anyway, they going about their business. Now, Paz has been staying with Angie since the shit went down with Mike Sandoval. So Paz is over at the crib, and she basically is just looking after Angie, since everything happened. And Paz says, shit, I'm glad Mike ass is dead. And I know you are too. And for real, Angie knows she glad Mike is dead because Angie got skeletons too. Bones everywhere, right? So that was that. Now, Tommy and Terezi are on the phone. Tommy learns that he's Sicilian, okay? So, Tommy's excited. Tommy finds out he's Sicilian, so he's, he part of the outfit, so to speak. So, Terezi wants to see Tommy. He wants to meet him. And he's like, the only way you could do that is to prove that you're my son. And the way to do that is by your mother, okay? So Terezi makes it a point to tell Tommy, like, look, I hurt your mom, so I really don't necessarily blame her for wanting to keep me or keep you away from me. But, she is the key to getting what you need to prove that you're my son. And basically, she had her reasons for doing what she did, but she still got a lot of bullshit with her. Okay, so do that for me. Get your shit and come see me. Okay. So then, the squad now is Dre with all the folks from the block. They sitting around, and it's time for the money drop. So that's what they doing. Everybody's there to drop the money from their product. And so once they discuss real quick, what's going on or whatever, they got some small talk going on about Tommy and everything. And they going about their business because so far everything, as far as they concerned, everything was okay. So they going about their business, and then that just leaves Cristobal and Andre talking. So they're talking about the setup that's going to come later on in the episode. That damn Dre, I just can't. Like, it's blowing me the fact that Dre is still getting away with all of this shit while the one person, like I said, that don't deserve nothing bad to happen, it just it just happened, you know. So anyway, they thinking they got shit sewn up. Okay, Dre and Cristobal, they got everything set up, got the ball rolling, and apparently everybody is buying into their bullshit. Okay, so for now, Dre in his mind is winning. So then, um, Angie is meeting with the U.S. attorney. Okay, and so she wants Angie. The attorney wants Angie to come to this Stop the Injustice gala, or what was it? It was some type of gala that she wants Angie to attend, and she asked Angie for her opinion on who she should make head of criminal. You know, now that Sandoval is dead, they need to put somebody in his spot. So she asked him about either Mock or Cooper Sacks. Angie says, well, why not me? You know? And U.S. attorney was like, bitch, no, because you done put this department's ass on the line many a times, and if you were me, would you put you in charge? So no, basically, nah, we not gonna go that route. Okay, so destroy injustice gala. Okay, because now, you know, Angie's pretty much the poster child for dismantling institutional corruption, I guess. So Olivia, Tate, and Ghost are doing this interview. They back in Queens on the block doing this interview, and Ghost compares his life circumstances to Angie's. You know, he says, yeah, it was this girl I knew, and she had an opportunity. She got a scholarship to go to this private school. I wasn't afforded that same opportunity and everything. And Tate excuses himself, and we see him across the street chopping it up with one of the dudes on the block. Okay, we really don't think anything of it at the moment. I mean, maybe just a little bit, but I really didn't think too much of it at the moment. Okay, but we'll get to that later also. So now we got Tasha and Terry. Okay, they still googly eyed in a motherfucker at each other, and the shit is on my nerves. But okay, not Tate, I'm sorry. Terry asked Tasha about Sandoval getting killed, because he was like, you know, I told you that Sandoval was being kept at MCC, and not even 24 hours later the nigga pop up dead. So what's going on? And Tasha was like, yeah, he was a dirty prosecutor, anybody could have killed him. Okay, that's true, or whatever. Meanwhile, she putting back the pistol and the bullets and all of that, and Tasha is telling this nigga all of her investment plans about she going get out from under Ghost, and she gonna use this money from this real estate investment to invest in her shit and find her way out and everything. I'm like, Tasha, come on, girl. Like, you are so much smarter than that. You are telling your husband's defense attorney, who was your husband's defense attorney, all of your shit, all of your plans. Like, I don't understand how she think this nigga can be trusted so much. Like, it just boggles my mind. Like, really, Tasha? I mean, okay, girl, do your thing. So over at Van Allen, Tariq's current school, Brains and the other dude confront him in the gym. Okay, and Tariq mentions that, you know, he like, no, I'm straight, you know, I'm not snitching or whatever. I'm down with Ray Ray. So Brains is like, oh, you know Ray Ray? And he like, I'm just saying, yeah, you know, I'm straight. Ray Ray, no, I'm straight. Okay. So then we got Simon Says, and Ghost talking about this upcoming council meeting. Okay, this nigga Simon Says, his old racist ass says Yeah, you'll soon be New York's favorite black. And that slimy motherfucker. I don't like that damn Simon, and I'm just waiting for some shit to happen to him. But anyway, um, so Simon tells Ghost of his intent to, take the reins in this whole business partnership and how he gonna speak up at the meeting. And Ghost is like, well, nigga, you are a silent partner, so what the fuck? And Simon is like, well, no, I think your little clique you got going on is just a little bit too what'd he say? Authentic or Afrocentric or some racist bullshit that nigga said. But anyway, so Ghost says, nah, I'm trying to be the man that I was presenting myself to be, like in that interview, okay, like a businessman. Okay, Simon ain't with it. Okay, so anyway, Tommy and Kate. Tommy's over there looking for his birth certificate, and he's scrambling, scrounging through her paperwork all frantic like, and she comes in, and he's like, where's my fucking birth certificate? Okay, Kate is really just trying to bullshit him, okay, but then Tommy grabs one of her little Susie, whatever she said that doll was, and it's like, bitch, if you don't tell me where my birth certificate is, I'ma smash this joint to death, okay? So Kate ends up telling him, she hands him something, and he's like, no, this ain't it. And then he's like, grabs her by her neck, and she's like, what you gonna do? You gonna hurt your own mother? And he grabs her by her neck and is like, do you know what the fuck happened to Holly? Okay? And in that moment, you can see in Kate's face, she's like, I'm dealing with a fucking maniac. So she tells him where it is. He grabs it. This is all after he smashed her little doll to pieces and everything. And he discovers that Terezi was at the hospital when he was born, and discovers that Terezi gave him his whole name. So of course Tommy is pissed off, and he tells Kate to stay away from him forever. Now she said, and then part of her reason why she says, she kept Tommy is because he wanted to take Tommy and have Connie raise him, and she said she couldn't do that, okay? And then says Terezi was a criminal and a murderer. Tommy's like, bitch, I am a criminal and a murderer. Like, what, this shit is in my blood. Like, if he was around, shit may have been different for me, but we'll never know. So he storms out, okay? And he tells, like I says, stay away from me forever, okay? So in this short scene when Tommy was in the car and he was about to snort the coke or whatever, it looked like for a second like he was having second thoughts about snorting it, but he went ahead and he does it, and then he just looked like something just clicked in his mind, like he was, I don't know, once he snorted the coke, he was like back to himself, like Tommy was here, once he snorted the coke. I don't know, y'all let me know in the comments if y'all might have picked up on that a little bit in that moment. Ray ends up killing Brains and the other dude, because he stops by the spot where Brains and them was kicking it, playing a video game, and Tariq comes up and they tell him about the lick and everything that happened. Tariq was involved. Ray's like, man, but do you know who his father is? So Brains and the other dude became casualties because Ray like, I ain't fucking with them. So Ray blows their brains out, kills them, and he goes on about his merry way, okay? And Dre and Cristobal, this is where they set this was their setup. They set the damn warehouse on fire, okay? This is all part of the plan they hatched to I guess, launch Dre into his drug dealing superstardom that he's so pressed about. So they set the warehouse on fire. Um, Angie and Proctor are out eating lunch, and they just going back and forth about joining each other's team and all of that or whatever. Not too much happening with them. Now, Dre, Tommy finds out that the warehouse went up, okay? And Dre tells Tommy that it was an electrical fire, and tells all the squad they're gonna have to wait for their product, okay? And everybody is getting antsy, of course. And the priest, the priest and everybody else except for Cristobal is going, hold tight right quick for the product. Tommy dismisses Cristobal, okay? Dre's still there lingering. So they plan is unfolding, okay? So it's everything's going according to plan at that point. And then Tommy tells Dre, look, all I need you to do right now is just keep everybody on the hook while I figure out a plan. And he like, I know it was the Jimenez, but how they know about that shipment? And then Dre, old dumbass, looking like he don't know what's going on. And then he like, well, what you gonna do about it? Tommy like, well, I'm a kill Cristobal. That's number one. And I'm a kill everybody else, and the Serbs gonna help me. Okay, so Dre looking crazy still about that. And so Ghost and Councilman Tate, they are talking about the contract that Ghost entered with Simon. It's an imbalance in the compensation schedule. So Ghost brings that up to Councilman Tate, and Tate is like, okay, basically what Simon is doing is fraud. You're a 51% stakeholder in this venture, and he did that just to get the minority business loan. So what he's doing basically is fraud. But don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna hold you down, okay, about the compensation schedule. We're gonna even that shit out. Okay, cool. So Ray pops his ass up at Van Allen looking for Tariq. He didn't find Tariq, but Raina. Raina was like telling the school chancellor, like, no, Tariq's not here, and I don't know where he is. So then we got Tariq and Destiny. So they kicking it, and Tariq tells Destiny that his dad is making him go to school in Connecticut, and he is so pressed for some lean. So he's like, well, you can come to the school dance. She's like, I don't have nothing to wear, but I'll meet you after with the lean, and we could just kick it and do some other shit. Okay, cool. Again, a setup. Tariq is being set up, but he doesn't know that. So now Keisha and Tasha are talking about plans to go legit, okay? And Tasha is saying Ghost doesn't know it yet, but he's about to give her way out. So again, she's talking about this real estate deal. Once he start making money from that, what she's gonna do to go legit. And then they start talking about Tommy, and Keisha says, it was my fault. Yeah, he hurt me, but it was my fault. So I can't keep doing the same shit over and over and expecting a different outcome, which is true. But for some reason, I think Tasha getting too far ahead of herself with this way out, especially with how this episode turned out. But we'll get there. So the city council meeting, okay, now Simon is basically controlling the meeting, okay, and before the meeting adjourns, Councilman Tate jumps in and is like, I want to bring to your attention how off this compensation schedule is, and we gonna have to do something about that. So Simon, he got real nervous. Like, you could see his hands, he all jittery and everything, and he trying to explain everything away, talking about his attorneys would be reprimanded and they would fix it and yada yada yada. Okay, so that's not without consequence though, because I'm starting to get this eerie feeling about Tate. So so yeah, so let me know too what y'all think about that. And now Tariq and Raina goes and tells Tariq that Ray came to the school, okay? And she's like, we gotta, and Tariq tells her Ray's a dirty cop and he tried to kidnap me the night that Ghost got arrested. So Raina's like, we gotta tell mom. And he's like, no, don't tell her. Don't tell her. So the one time Raina, poor Raina said, okay, I'm not gonna tell. So she keeps her word, she doesn't tell. Now, Tommy is having a discussion with Jason, okay, because of what happened with the warehouse. And Dre old slimy ass is there too. And Tommy is saying, I need you to just front me some product so I can keep this shit flowing, basically, and everybody will be straight. Jason's not having none of it because Jason is like, I'm not going to be going to war with these Jimenez motherfuckers because you fucked up. Like, it's your warehouse, you're responsible for the upkeep, and you fucked it up. So, nah, I'm not going to do this. And meanwhile, Kanan is texting Dre and is like, don't make me come looking for you. Okay, so eventually Jason go ahead and he agrees to giving going along with the whole scenario that Tommy was setting up. Okay, Tommy then, so now Tommy needs some clean money, so Tommy then goes over to Tasha and is like, I need you to cut me a check through the weave shop. And Tasha's like, no, I can't do that because I'm going legit. I'll show you how to wash money yourself. You can do it on your own. And Keisha comes up and Tommy's like, yeah, I did fuck up with that, but I got it. But still, Tasha's like, nah, I can't get down with you on this no more. So she leaves him, basically leaves him twisting in the wind. After all that talk before about we family and this and that and the other, now she done got her some damn Terry, and now she like, well, fuck Tommy and fuck all of this. So I don't know what done went wrong with Tasha, but anyway. So before Tommy leaves, Tasha asks him about Sandoval. Did they have anything to do with that? Tommy's like, well, we couldn't let the nigga breathe, so fuck him. He dead. We killed him. Alright. Now, Keisha and Tommy goes and pleads his case to Keisha. And because he need her. So he like, yeah, it was wrong. I rolled out. I went to Chicago. I found out my dad is still alive. And I was like, no, Lala girl, don't fall for it. Just don't fall for it. And because I thought for a second she was, but she didn't. She pretty much stiff-armed that nigga and was like, nah, Tommy, this ain't me. For you to just come do the same bullshit to me all over again, because now you need me. Now you need a nigga. Now you need a nigga, and now you sorry. Motherfuckers ain't shit. Anyway, Keisha didn't go for it. So Tommy's desperate, okay? And back with Angie and Paz, they talking and Angie's like, okay, well, I'm thinking maybe I should just go private. The money's better. Paz is like, you used to like your job, but now you don't. And, money buys shoes. It doesn't buy happiness. So you need to choose wisely. Mark shows his ass up in the tuxedo. Mark looked nice and everything. Mark really did look nice, but Paz was checking for Mark or whatever. And so he and Angie, Paz leaves, and he and Angie talk real quick, and Mark was certain that he was about to get appointed as head of criminal. Okay, so he's saying he need Angie back and everything, and Angie wasn't gonna go to the gala at first, but then we see later on that she actually did decide to go. Okay, so and then we had this brief snippet of Maria recognized Ghost from the news and from back when they was in Miami, and when they killed I think they killed the girl or whatever, and or something happened. I can't remember exactly, but Maria recognized Ghost. Okay, she drops the tray and shit, and everybody's like, "You all right?" Whatever. So then, now Tommy, because his back is against the wall. Tasha done said no. Keisha done said no. Jason ain't really too enthused about it, and he know all of his squad is getting ready to roll out if he can't get him no product. So he shows up at the penthouse high, okay, because now he gotta go and ask Ghost. So he shows up at the penthouse, and he's demanding some clean money from the Kanan and Milan situation. And he and Ghost go back and forth or whatever, and they're talking about, Tommy's basically like, nigga, I can't have my one good thing or whatever, which is Terezi, and Ghost is like, nigga, it ain't because of me, it's because of you. So they're at odds, okay? But yet we see that their bond will never be broken, no matter how much they go through. But Ghost is telling Tommy, like, Terezi is a liability, and Kate called me telling me that you trying to go up there to see him, and like, do you not remember that he just killed the motherfucking Mike Sandoval? Like, what is going on with you? But again, Tommy is emotional, and he wants what he wants, and so all he wants is the money at that point or whatever. The nigga Tommy headbutts Ghost and is ready to fight him and everything, but Ghost gives him the money, okay, writes the check, gives him money, and he tells Ghost, don't fuck with Terezi without letting me know nothing, or next time I will kill you. Okay, so then Tariq and Destiny are on the phone, and Destiny is basically pumping Tariq for information while Ray Ray is standing right beside her, and she's like, if I'm supposed to be your girl, you're supposed to tell me stuff. And Tariq, singing like a bird, tells Destiny, like, nah, I didn't catch that body, I wasn't scared, yeah, brains did it or whatever. So Destiny, I guess is Ray Ray's little cousin, I guess, I don't know, that's what he said. So now back at the warehouse, Tommy trying to get all this shit together, okay, but it's not fast enough because he gets back to the warehouse and everybody is out. The priest is there to tell him in person, and everybody is out. So again, Dre's plan is working, and I said it's possible for Dre to outsmart Tommy, because we know Tommy's emotion overrides his logic. So, and that's exactly what's happening here, because he ends up telling Dre, like, look, I'll be satisfied if I don't never see you ever again. So Dre goes on about his business. So now it's just Tommy, okay? And then Terry and Tasha, they asses are still kissing, so whatever the fuck ever. Terry says he was supposed to also have been at the gala, but whatever, fuck them. So at the gala, Ghost is talking to Simon, and the contract has been modified. So the compensation inequities have been balanced out. Angie is there. Um, and we fucking see the damn U.S. attorney up there speaking, about to announce who the next head of criminal is, and Mock just steps up as if he gonna be head or whatever, but then she calls Angie's name, and it's a surprise. Okay, Angie goes up there and everything, and she talks and stuff, and later on at the gala, she and Ghost are talking, and Angie says, you said you didn't have an opportunity, but you did have an opportunity to go to that school, but you stayed back here because of Tommy. Um, and Ghost is like, well, I guess we'll never know, basically. And, this thing with when they finished talking and they were kind of holding hands for a second, Ghost, Ghost loves Tasha. Okay, but Angie reminds Ghost of a life that could have been, okay, which is why I think he got in so deep with her, because he's kind of torn between this life and that life, and Angie is that life, Tasha is this life, right? So he loves Tasha, but he I'm sure he cares deeply for Angela too, okay? But after everything that's happened, of course, he sees that he can never have that life that he was trying to have, when him and Angie was living together and all that dumb shit. So anyway, that's that. And and also at the gala, this is why I said for some reason I'm starting to feel a little eerie about Councilman Tate, because he grabs this random nigga off the street, at least what I think is random, and says, yeah, so I looked out for you at the council meeting, and this is Alphonse, he's our liaison or some shit, and now we need to go ahead and break him off too. Like, I didn't get that. So y'all tell me, what was that about? Y'all tell me down in the comments. Please leave that down in the comments. Um, Now, Cristobal and Dre, they sitting back pretty much laughing at this point because they pulled off their plan. Dre talking about, yeah, I'm using this to my advantage. Like, they all underestimate me, so I'm using that to my advantage. And I don't know. And meanwhile, Kanan is over at the. I guess he taking this other spot. He kills everybody in there pretty much, and I guess that's gonna be they new dope spot. I guess, I don't know. But this nigga Kanan just ain't gonna never go away. It's like he gonna always be something, gonna always have Kanan around. Okay, so anyway, Tommy finally makes it over to visit Tarazi, and they both just as happy as I don't know what. They both grinning, smiling, laughing. Tommy like, you look like an old ass virgin to me, and Tarazi, is like, well, how can I help with anything, And then Tommy wants to meet the rest of the family. Okay, so it looks like heading into the next season, that's gonna have something to do with what's going on next season. Now at the dance, Tariq tells Raina he'll be back. Okay, she's like, Tariq, where you going? He like, don't worry about it, I'll be right back. So this dumbass is going outside supposedly to meet Destiny to get some lean. Okay, he gets outside, doesn't see Destiny, and he's calling her name. Destiny not there. Okay, Ray approaches, and Tariq is like, yeah, I ain't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. And Ray like, yeah, we know, yeah, I know you a G and all of that, and he goes for the pistol. Tariq shoves Ray to the ground and runs and and hides. Now, this is where Raina comes out and confronts Ray and is like, you need to leave my brother alone or my father's going to kill you. Meanwhile, Tariq is watching all of this unfold, and Ray Ray ups the pistol and shoots Raina in the chest. Damn, man. Raina, though. Raina. Like, the one person that did not deserve for anything to happen to her gets killed. And it's Tariq. It's Tariq had time to react in that moment because he was hiding behind the wall while he saw his sister confront that confront Ray Ray. Okay, now tell me Raina ain't had more balls than Tariq. Like, for real? Come on, man. I just, Lord have mercy, poor Raina. But what would it be without shock value, right? Like, I'm sure none of us was expecting that to happen, but it happened, and now we gotta go on from here. So one more episode left, y'all, and from what it looks like Tommy and Ghost is about to suit up once again and go out on this mission to find whoever killed Raina. um and so I was thinking that Dre was going to go up in flames this season, but apparently he's not. I don't know, unless maybe he will in this last episode, but I really don't. It's looking like they're floating this into the next season. It looks like the last episode, the focus is going to be finding out what happened to Raina and how they going to find them. So that's it, y'all. I mean, what y'all think about this episode? I've been on Facebook, and slowly more and more people, as folks are watching Power, everybody is like, man, this is some sad ass shit. So y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think about this episode, how y'all think next episode is going to round out the season. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do so you can get notified when I upload my videos. We are going to be back next week for the season finale of Power, and tomorrow we'll be back with the episode review of season 1 episode 2 of Baller Wives. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next review.